When Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier fought their third fight in Manila, the Thrilla in Manila, it wasn't anything but terrible for both of them. They literally almost both died in the ring. The amount of punishment Ali and Frazier gave to each other, especially from the 11th to 15th round, played a major factor in their future. Frazier became a little bit, accusatory regarding the way Ali had treated him over years. He became a little bit better, but for Ali, it was even worse. Now, there was a report done a number of years ago saying that Ali's punches he took in his career played a large factor in his diagnosis of Parkinson's or Parkinson's syndrome. 200,000 hits were what he absorbed during his career. A majority of them came in the last 10 years from 1970 to 1980. Now, after the Frazier fight, he took it easy. He fought Jean-Pierre Koopman, Jimmy Young, and Richard Dunn, winning the majority of those fights in an easier method. Young was just a pity-pat fighter, wasn't really doing much. But we can see that Ali's voice was starting to slur. There was some mental faculty problems were starting to show up. And the same Ali, quick of thought and deed, wasn't really around anymore. Now, what was ironic about the Dunn fight, he claimed that the punch he used to knock out Dunn was taught to him by Taekwondo Grandmaster Ji-Hoon Lee. Lee called that punch the acupunch, and he learned that from Bruce Lee. The Dunn fight was the last time Ali would knock down an opponent in his boxing career. Now, the next few fights were starting to wear him. He fought Ken Norton for the third time in September of '96. The bout, which was held at Yankee Stadium, resulted in Ali winning a heavily contested decision that was loudly booed by the audience. Ali again was taking more punches than his trainers and his handlers would want him to. Afterwards, he announced he was retiring from boxing and were hoping to practice his fate, having converted to Sunni Islam after falling out with the Nation of Islam the previous year. Now, he decided to come back against a very lowly regarded fighter, Alfredo Evangelista, in May 77. He then struggled his next fight against Ernie Shavers, and Shavers, a very hard-hitting puncher, damaged Ali in that fight, getting pummeled several times by key punches to the head. Ali did win the fight by unanimous decision, but the bout caused his longtime doctor, Ferdy Pacheco, to quit after he was rebuffed for telling Ali he should retire. Pacheco was quoted as saying, "The New York State Athletic Commission gave me a report that showed Ali's kidneys were falling apart. I wrote to Angelo, Ali's trainer, his wife, and Ali himself. I got nothing back in response. That's when I decided enough is enough." Now, in February of '78, Ali faced Olympic champion Ali-Spinks at the Hilton Hotel in Las Vegas. At the time, Spinks had only 7 professional fights to his credit, and had recently fought a draw with top 20 journeyman Scott Ledoux. Now, Ali sparred less than 2 dozen rounds in preparation for the fight and was seriously out of shape by the opening bell. He lost the title by split decision. A rematch occurred in September at the Superdome in New Orleans, as 70,000 people attended the bout and paid a total of $6 million to get in, making it the largest live gate in boxing history at that time. Ali won a unanimous decision in an uninspiring fight, 10-4, 10-4, and 11-4. This made Ali the first heavyweight champion to win the belt 3 times. Now, following the win, on July 27, '79, Ali announced his retirement from boxing. His retirement was short-lived, however, as he announced he's come back to face Larry Holmes for the WBC belt in an attempt to win the heavyweight championship, an unprecedented 4th time. The fight was largely motivated by Ali's need for money, and boxing writer Richie Gacchetti said Larry don't want to fight Ali. He knew Ali had nothing left. He knew it would be a horror, and it was a horror. It was around this time that Ali showed remarkably strong indications of vocal stutters and trembling hands. The Nevada Athletic Commission ordered that he undergo a complete physical in Las Vegas before being allowed to fight again. Ali chose instead to check in the Mayo Clinic, which declared him fit to fight. Their opinion was accepted by the NAC on July 31st, 1980, paving the way for Ali's return to the ring. Now, if you see the 30 for Dirty documentary on the Ali Holmes fight, you can see that Ali was struggling, not the same Ali even 2 years before. Now, The fight took place on October 2nd, 1980 in Las Vegas, with Holmes easily dominating Ali, who was weakened from, of all things, a thyroid medication he had taken to lose weight. Cicchetti called the fight awful, the worst sports event I ever had to cover. Actor Sylvester Stallone was at ringside and said that it was like watching an autopsy on a man who was still alive. After the 10th, Angela Dundee told the referee to stop the fight, making it the only time that Ali ever lost by stoppage. The Holmes fight is said to have contributed to Ali's full-blown Parkinson's syndrome. Despite pleas to definitely retire, Ali fought one last time on December 11th, 81 in Nassau, Bahamas, against former Canadian champ Trevor Berbick and future heavyweight champ, and losing a 10-round decision. Now, there's some argument when Ali bet Foreman, he should have quit right there and gone into movies, gone into entertainment, to acting like he was planning to do. But a lot of financial issues were going up. If I'm not mistaken, he had a number of wives and a number of children, and the black Muslims were, not say controlling his career, but were monetarily benefiting from it. Now, Ali, if you have a chance, go see Ali-Frazier tree on YouTube, and you look at the 11th round on. Both men were basically 1 second away or one punch away from dying. Frazier was pretty well fully, his eyes were plugged by the 15th round, therefore couldn't come out. Ali could barely stand up at the end of the fight to acknowledge the victory. Now, what he really should have done, he should have basically took it easy, set up a tournament to replace him as champion, continue with his promotions, his different projects, and lived a great life. He would still be alive pretty much in 2021. You got to remember, ladies and gentlemen, he was a physical specimen beyond the beyond, only born in 1942. So if you look at it, he would only be 79 now. And if he were to watch himself, again, can you imagine the money and the people who would have motivated if he was a person who could communicate as effectively as he did from 1959 up until 1978? It was a tremendous loss. Now, when he passed away in 2016, he left to mourn a number of children, including 4 wives and countless mistresses. Fought almost everybody in the heavyweight division worth noting, from, again, the mid-1950s to, again, 1980. But just to recap, ladies and gentlemen, it's not too often I say this. He's not the greatest pound-for-pound fighter of all time. I basically believe that Sugar Robinson and Duran is pretty well up there. But he dominated his sport for so long is totally amazing. Now, just to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, as well, documentary filmmaker Ken Burns is currently working on a 4-part documentary film spanning 8 hours of Ali's entire life, which has been in the works since 2016 and scheduled to be released this fall on PBS. Now, Dave Zirin, who watched the 8-hour rough cut of this documentary, called it utterly outstanding, and has said the footage they found will blow your mind. So Muhammad Ali, again, iconic, a legend, but again, he should be still alive. But when your own corporation, but Frazier didn't mean to hit them with all those heavy blows. Larry Holmes pretty well cried at the end of that fight. He said he didn't want to hurt him. But don't forget, he was sparring partners of all different qualities, strong quality, were hitting with him numerous blows. Even a rope-a-dope took a lot of him, his kidneys. And Pacheco basically thought the kidneys would do him in. But again, that one last punch. You get old quick in boxing. Ali at 36 was not Ali at 31 or 30. And don't forget the blows from Chavallo, the blows from hard hitters like Bonavina. You look at the European fighters he took on, the top 10 contenders from the 1960s. You look at the fight against Sonny Liston, he took some tough blows. They do add up. It just takes one punch. But if Ali would have retired, 1975, the world would be a different place. Who knows? He would have been maybe president of the United States, or a senator, or a governor, or helping run the United Nations. He was very much an outreach person. It boggles the mind. So ladies and gentlemen, if you like what we're doing here, give us a like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget, Muhammad Ali, the greatest. Have a good day. Bye.